Okay, picture this. You check your calendar and your stomach just instantly drops. You completely missed a close friend's birthday party. Or maybe worse, you open your laptop and realize a massive project deadline slipped right past you. We've all been there, right? Mistakes are literally just an inevitable part of being human. But what happens next, how you actually handle that mistake? Well, that's the difference between burning a bridge forever and actually building a much stronger connection. So welcome to this explainer, where we're going to break down the exact science of saying I'm sorry. So what's the actual fix here? How do you save a relationship after a major blunder? Look, whether it's personal or professional, a bad apology can honestly do way more damage than the original mistake. We've all been on the receiving end of that classic, totally frustrating non-apology, "I'm sorry you feel that way." Yeah, that doesn't work. To really repair trust, you need very specific language and structure. Today, we're decoding the exact formula that actually works when you need to make things right. To do this, we're diving into our source material for today, which is a collection of 4 real-world apology letters. And what's great is that these aren't just abstract theories. These are highly practical, everyday scenarios that cover both messy personal mishaps with friends and some pretty serious professional oversights. By analyzing these 4 specific texts, we are going to extract the hidden mechanics of a truly successful apology. Section 1. Anatomy of an apology. The shared DNA of I'm sorry. Now, whether you're apologizing for accidentally wrecking a friend's camping gear or blowing a major financial report, a good apology always shares the exact same underlying formula. The context changes for sure, but the DNA, identical. It all boils down to this absolutely crucial 3-step framework. Step 1, own the mistake completely. 0 deflecting. Step 2, explain briefly, but without making excuses. Give context, but definitely don't play the victim. And step 3, which is arguably the most important part, offer a concrete solution. As we dig into our 4 source letters, you're going to see this exact rhythm play out again and again.
Section 2. Informal apologies. Friends and blunders.
When we mess up in our personal lives, empathy is everything. Take this first scenario from our source text. The writer, John, missed his friend Sarah's birthday party last night. The context? His car broke down on the highway after work, and he didn't get home until way past midnight. But notice exactly how he words this. "I feel terrible that I couldn't be there. It's completely on me." He gives the brief reason, the car trouble, but immediately takes full ownership. He isn't blaming the tow truck driver for being late. He just says, "It's completely on me." But here's the thing, an apology without action is really just empty words. And John beautifully hits step 3 here, the concrete solution. He writes, "To make up for it, I would love to take you out for dinner this weekend at that new Italian restaurant you've been wanting to try." A successful personal remedy has to be tailored to the person. He actually remembered she wanted to try this specific spot, and he's offering to make brand new memories to replace the ones he missed. It's incredibly specific and highly actionable. Let's look at another informal scenario, but this time involving actual physical damage. The writer borrowed a friend's camping tent, and a freak gust of wind caught the fabric, totally tearing one of the main zippers. First off, the writer acknowledges the emotional weight, noting that the tent actually holds sentimental value. But then, pay close attention to this framing. "I absolutely want to make things right. I have already ordered an identical replacement online." Did you catch that? The fix is already in motion before the letter is even sent. And this builds into a seriously effective remedy. The writer doesn't just force this new tent on their friend. Instead, they offer 2 distinct choices. The friend can either wait for the identical replacement to arrive by Thursday, or, alternatively, if you prefer, I can transfer the cash value to your account immediately. This is absolute brilliance because it empowers the victim. Think about it. When you wrong someone, you kind of take away their agency. Offering choices gives that power right back to them. Before we move on to the professional blunders, let's just quickly compare these approaches. On the left side, we have the informal, personal language we just looked at, "I feel terrible," and "completely on me." Then on the right, we're seeing a sneak peek of our formal letters. "Please accept my sincere apologies, and I take full responsibility." The tone is obviously shifting from this casual warmth to a much more structured accountability, but the underlying mechanism, owning the mistake, is exactly the same. Section 3. Formal apologies, professional accountability. Over in the high-stakes world of professional blunders, a poorly handled apology can literally derail your career, your reputation, your client relationships, the whole shebang. Imagine having to apologize for delaying a massive annual financial review. That is exactly what happened in our next letter, all due to a weekend software crash that wiped out key spreadsheets. The writer actually had to sit there and manually reconstruct all the data. But notice this one critical sentence. While this is not an excuse, I assure you that I am implementing a cloud backup system today to prevent such an incident from recurring. The really vital takeaway here is that in a formal, professional setting, a true remedy goes way beyond just the immediate fix. Sure, the writer manually rebuilt the spreadsheet, right? That fixes the immediate pain. But the professional fix is preventing the incident from ever happening again. By rolling out a cloud backup system that very same day, the writer is actively rebuilding professional trust. They aren't just saying they'll do better, they're showing it.
For our final scenario, let's examine a formal apology sent to a dental clinic. The writer entirely missed a 2 p.m. appointment because of an unforeseen family emergency involving their young son, and they just couldn't call ahead. They write, I respect your time and policies. If there is a cancellation fee, please apply it to my account and I will settle it promptly.
This is honestly a masterclass in professional awareness. The writer doesn't just toss out a quick sorry. They fully acknowledge the systemic ripple effect of their absence. They recognize they threw off the clinic's daily schedule. They recognize they deprived another patient of that valuable time slot. They willingly submit to the clinic's fee policies without any pushback. And to cap it off, they suggest a concrete time to reschedule for the following week. It is just a stellar way to show absolute respect for someone else's time.
Section 4. The ultimate apology formula. Bringing it all together.
So we've covered broken down cars, torn camping gear, crashed computers, and unexpected medical emergencies. And mapping them all out like this reveals something pretty fascinating. You can clearly see how the tone flexes from informal to formal, depending entirely on the audience. But the real magic? It's right there in that final step, the concrete fix. Taking a friend out for Italian, buying a replacement tent, setting up a cloud server, paying a cancellation fee. The commitment to an actionable, undeniable remedy is rock solid across the board. That right there is the secret engine of a genuine apology.
Which really leaves us with one final important question. Are you prepared to offer a concrete fix the next time things don't go as planned? Because let's face it, the next time you drop the ball, and you will, we all do, you don't need to panic. You just need to ditch the excuses, own the error, and immediately focus on the fix. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.